Good morning. Well, this morning I went into my bed. I'm always going in my bedroom, seeing stuff. Anyway, when I went into my bedroom, trying to think what I was going to do. My curtain was already open. I did that this morning around about something after 6. I opened up the curtains. I think I was going to scrub my bedroom floor. Yeah, that's what I was doing. And I just happened to glance over at the security camera system, and I could see a white truck parked out in front of the house. So I walked over to the window and I could see a man spraying that orange stuff down. Now he at our house. And so I asked him, what was he doing? He said that PWC was getting ready to put down a new water system. Now I really don't think they need a real new water system because it was the workers that stopped it up in the first place. So I don't know what they get ready to do to us now. I do know what they did down at the end of the street had some effect on my body. I can feel it. Right, just sitting here, I'm feeling stuff coming against my body right now. And they steady putting stuff. Now that is this is getting ready to go in our yard. And so I started recording it. Let's see which one it is. This is let me see the USIC. I don't know. This is the company truck. I hear the noise. The dog, all the dogs sitting here by me. Trying to see where he is. Let me put it on pause. Okay, that's the worker. He got this spraying all in the yard, across the street, and all type of stuff. So I want to know who called him. He said he don't know. He got a call from PWC. PWC is who we get our lights from and lights and water from. And so I'm curious because everything they do, is coming against our bodies. They're putting all this new stuff down and putting stuff under the ground. And I might have to go in my I had to change rooms. Cause this is the guy right here that was out there. And see, they don't let you know nothing. They just, this to me, they just totally disrespectful. They don't knock on your door and say, "We getting ready to do this" or "We getting ready to do that." They just come like you don't have no right. And PWC know they don't need to put down a new system. Cause it was the city workers who stopped it up in the first place. Sitting in this room, it's not the sizzling. It's not the bullhorn, but it's loud, kind of loud like the bullhorn, but it's different than that bullhorn. It's paining me right here too. But I come in here because my daughter, sometimes I feel like she on purposely be loud. Because I'm quite sure she heard me videoing. Okay, when he left, this what happened. As soon as he left, then look, that's the old man right there. I got a good look at him. That's the old man right there. Let me see if I can. I have to keep pausing. There you go. He's an older man. You can see how slow he's driving. Show how old he is. And he went and checked the mailbox. Now somebody checked the mailbox yesterday. He was just sitting there, and see, I started putting. At first, I was videoing from this one here on the left hand side, and that's why I couldn't see him real good. But then I started putting the. He probably couldn't see my phone, so I started putting it on the right hand side in the corner. That's how I'm able to get him as good as I'm getting him. This this really is nerve wracking, kind of like this happened last night. Now I know I videoed it. Okay, this is it. Long thing. I'm trying to find the one. This is this is a different car right here. This is a black one that came what day was it? Yesterday. It came at 5:56 p.m. Oh, that's a black car that drove up yesterday. And it just drove up. See how they do? They'll drive up, back up, just to be nuisance. But they checked the mailbox yesterday. At least they pretend they checked the mailbox. That's a different. You see, normally they be burgundy car, but this one was black. And this is the one. These are people. That's the day when they put the stuff down at the end of the streets. That's the guy that be next door. Then after that, um, the other people that were down there working came up. I already got a video. Here they come. Those are the people that was down there working. And I wasn't sitting here. I mean, my neck was burning. My back was, everything was just burning. But I was determined I was going to video them. Okay, now this is what happened last night. It's not raining. This is stupid stuff that the guy over there is coming from his, I believe it's coming out of his van. That day that him and that guy was out there with all those different lights. He got a projector in his van. Let me make sure I can get it. But when my daughter came home, his wife came home, and then not long after that, my daughter came home. But I don't know what this is. This just a projector? Is this some type of energy? Because when his wife came home and my daughter came home, like right after that, when my daughter got out of the car, it looked like something pulsated from his wife's lights. Like they shot something at her. But see, my daughter, she don't want to believe nothing. But she know, I think she knows. She know what's going on. She just a coward. Like a whole lot of people, they know what's going on. They just ain't gonna say nothing because they don't want them to do nothing to them. But like I was saying, trying to say on my other video, I think they attack people and make people sick. And in order for them to get well, they have to cooperate with them. So that's why they try to pretend they don't know what's going on or something bad. They'll make them sick or find out something that blackmail them, pretty much blackmail them, in order for them to help them for something that they did. And I think this is what's going on with a lot of our family members. They found out they blackmailing them or they made them sick because there's somebody in my family. The guy, the first house I had my sister in. Now that's the house I love. I love that house. It was a more modern house and had a big room, big living room, and it had a screening. The reason why I wanted that house because it had a screening porch, back porch. You know, where we can go out back and sit and don't be directly in the sun, and have her out there where she could sit down outside in the summertime, and enjoy the outside before I had to sit directly in the sun and in the bugs and stuff. The guy was cutting symbols and all the cement and stuff, and I was getting hit. They was hitting me in the same spot where I had abscess in my stomach from a surgery, where the doctor sent me home hemorrhaging. And I'm trying to wonder, I really am wondering, was he trying to kill me? Because I hemorrhaged, I can't remember if it was 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks. But then he tried to put it on, saying that it was something that I did. I caused my hemorrhaging, but I didn't. I was hemorrhaging in the hospital. They sent me home from the hospital hemorrhaging. But anyway, the day that we moved out of that house, the guy that was cutting the symbols, he was in my daughter's room getting dirty water off the carpet because his girlfriend was doing the cleaning the carpet. I didn't know who they was, until I saw her go to his house. That's when I realized who they were. But she started having a lot of problems with her back where she couldn't even walk. She had, like those little chairs on wheels. She had to roll around the house on that chair. Then all of a sudden her back got well. And I think that's what happened. I think that do witchcraft on her back because he also cut a small hole in the part of the car seat that your back rest on. He put a small hole there, and she accused me of doing that. Why would I put a hole in your chair? Why would I do that? She come in the house fussing at me, accusing me of putting a hole in her car because I sat out there one night and I prayed. So he went, I guess, the next night and put a. But see, I don't drive. He didn't put the witchcraft on me, but I don't want to put it on her either. But in order for her to get healed, because one day she had been scratching her back, she had little bees in her back, little black bees. And I actually dug one of them out, and I told her, you might need to take a soak because you got little bees in your back. What that was, I don't know. She didn't say nothing. They look like seeds. And I think that's why she I like she don't know nothing. Because what they did to her back, and then somebody else I know, they had kidney failure. And they had really extremely high blood pressure, like 200 something. Real high, like how mine was. Mine was 201 over 107 or something like that. And they did it though because they had put something on my neck. They had my neck just hot. And my daughter took my blood pressure. That's what it was. But you have to get away from when you walk away from that wave, and go somewhere and cool down. Your blood pressure get back normal before I even taking anything for it, because they the one that's making your blood pressure hard. They want to tighten my heart like that too. So some of this stuff is like waves. Some of it's different stuff that they sending in our home. They sending this stuff inside our home. You got. I got pictures. I got some pictures where the guy where we used to stay at. I'm gonna have to get those pictures off of my other phone and put it on this phone right here where I can show it, because the other phone is small. But this is really getting on my nerve. I got to get out of here. But when he put that fence up, he would put lights on it, and he would turn it so that frequency stuff or waves or whatever it was will come right to our back door. I got pictures of it, not knowing I was taking the pictures. When they started like building the fence, I called them when they knocked the fence down, and then I called them when they started building the real estate people. They never did come. The real estate agency never did come. Not the landlord. They did send some man, but he not the one that built the fence. It was the guy behind me who was doing all the attacking, built the fence, and he built the fence as a weapon. But I could see him turning the lights towards our house. So I called the real estate lady, and she told me to take pictures. So when I went outside to take the pictures, when I opened the door, it burnt me in my stomach. It hit me right in my stomach. But I started taking the pictures, thinking I'm taking the pictures of the fence. I took pictures of what he was sending to our back door. Not knowing until after I took the pictures and I looked, I said, oh, he was sending stuff to our back door. It burnt me. I burnt in my stomach for some days, a few days. And he was always sending stuff in there, hitting me. And they were actually hitting me too. And I remember one day I was watching television. I won't sit where I normally sit, but evidently he knew where I was sitting. Either way, when he sends something, it goes automatically to me or my sister. And I kept feeling my heart won't feeling right. And I said, let me get up from here and go let my daughter know that they're attacking my heart. So she was in her bedroom. I went in there and sat on her bed. They think I had them fell over and couldn't get up. My heart was just beating strange. And so it just come in my mind to pray in tongues. So I started praying in tongues. As I was praying in tongues, I just felt strength coming back to my body. But the people that was in the front yard across the street, they started hitting me with the lights from their cars because I could feel it coming through her window. And so I got down on the floor, but I could still feel something coming against my body. So I got up off the floor and got in the bathtub and put a mirror over. I had this long mirror. I put that over me, and I fell asleep in the tub. I fell asleep in the tub, and I laid there until I was able to get up. But they be sending stuff in your house. You think you sick or you something going on. I believe they kill a lot of people sending this stuff into our homes. Now they getting ready to put down some type of, they sell water system. I don't believe it's a water system. I think they getting ready to put something down under the ground to attack us. But whoever put it down, I'm a video. I'm getting all the proof I can that these people is putting stuff under the ground. Whatever they do, I'm going to have my proof. I just don't know who to give it to. That's the problem. I don't know who to give it to because I don't know who is a part of this gang stalking. I know lawyers are part of it, judges are part of it, the sheriff department part of it, the city cops are part of it, military part of it. So who can we turn to? Who in the world can we turn to on earth to get something started where we can take this to court and put an end to this? Because they were supposed to stop this when they were doing it with the community watch thing. And they took it underground. So this is something underground. It's supposed to be underground, but they brought it out from underground because it ain't underground no more. But it's against the law. But they got the law doing it. So who do we complain to when it's the law that's doing it? I just wished I still had. They might be a software that can pull that stuff off of my hard drive, even though they deleted it off. Just like pedophiles, they be taking their computers to places to get things fixed, and they still can pull up the software, but they probably thought they had deleted it off, and it still be on their hardware. So I might can still get that stuff that somebody deleted off of my hardware. But the thing is, the computer won't come on. It's just tore up. That's why I had to get this computer right here. I'm about ready to get me another one too. Um, but I still got videos on that computer. But I might be able to take it somewhere where somebody can pull all the deleted videos and put it on a external hardware. Cause I got two external hardware, but they don't fit good on this computer. I think my UBS drive are loose. I have to just keep messing with it, keep messing with it. But on my daughter's computer, see her newer than mine. It works good, but I needed to work on my own on my computer because um, I want that video where they sent that little girl to my back door, so I can prove that they use children to be gang stalkers. But they say we dangerous people. If I'm a dangerous person, why would you send a child, a little girl? She was a little girl. Just like she may be 3 or 4, maybe no, not 3. She could have been 3 or 4, 4 or 5. She was real young, little child. She had a little dog with her. But the boy they sent to the front door, he could have been 10, 11, 12, something like that. But I don't know for him neither. His mama sitting there. He might have, I don't know what he wanted. He could have been wanting to cut my grass. I don't know. I won't go try to see. Because I see they sit that child. And then the person hid. So I don't know what they're trying to say. I don't know why that truck, they keep riding by him. I know how to see my videos now, but I don't know how to, I don't know if it's saving. I want to save them. Save it in the system. But I can't go back. I can go back and use this phone, the video. Just save it on my phone. But I need to find something else. Pine Bluff. I don't know what's sold in Pine Bluff. Not one soul. People be calling. Anyway, I just wanted to show what's been going on for the last couple of days. And see what they, I don't know what these people getting ready to do. I did video, and they said PWC, where they had some white stuff in the streets. There you go. So this is what they had down there first. There's some of PWC stuff right there. They say PWC. Cause now the guys that came, the first guy that came and looked at the water after the guys cleaned it, he said it was clean. They went to that manhole right there, but the people that stopped, that was down there digging, they dig down there. At the end, he said there was two manholes. They one right there, right in front of the house, or in front of that man with the white van house, and they one at the end. That's where they dug down at the end down there. But he said he could see something not right at this manhole, so I don't know. All I know, I don't want our house backed up no more. And there's something going on with the lights too. All through this whole entire house, it's blinking. The lights are blinking. Every light socket blinks. The bathrooms, the kitchen, the bedrooms, all through the whole house. This rent is $1,200 a month. And we come in here and everything is all messed up. It's hard to find a cheap, rent since that COVID. Everybody jacking up. I had a hard time trying to find something reasonable. But they were like 1,800, 2,000. But they were newer homes that was like the 1,800. But still, who they think got that kind of money? Just pay $1,800 a month rent. It don't make no sense. The way they're doing this renting and housing, that people just got money. People is struggling. And you got people just greedy for money. But one thing about it, when you move in a person's house, you don't leave the house total. You don't leave with holes in the walls. You don't leave with trash all over the house. Take care of people's stuff when you're in it. Just like with the house we left. I paid her $450 because my sister fell. It was a real small hole. It wasn't that big. But that man charged me $200 to fix it. And he did a good job, though, because you couldn't tell it been busted. I don't think it was no $200 worth. Now, what he did with the floor, I fixed it. But I feel like it was the landlord's fault, because they just put that laminate flooring, but it's up. It's not flat on wood or anything. It's just up in the air. So when we go outside, we walking on the laminate that's up in the air. So it cracked. So, but he charged me $250 to fix that. So I didn't have no. I didn't mind him doing it because it was a big piece. But that little piece of hole that was in that wall, it was just the part where the light socket, I mean, the wall receptacle cracked, and then part of the sheetrock broke. Just a small piece, a very small piece. But I had to pay him what he wanted, so I paid him. Then they cut the lights off before we can finish cleaning up. So once they did that, I said, "Well, they gonna have to hire somebody to come in and clean up." They gotta my sister a deposit. I was tired. They take a lot out of your moving, and then when you got people attacking you, that just take a lot out of your body. When you being hit every day, this stuff is coming in against your body. Then you got the electrical system all on your walls and coming out through your walls. But I ordered some stuff for this house. I had some in the other house, but I didn't have enough to go through. Because it was something I had a while. And I didn't have all of it. But I I ordered some other stuff. I'm gonna see if it's gonna work. I'm gonna see if it gonna work. I think I'm talking about everything. I had meant to do some Bible study last night, but I feel like I just got so sleepy. People they know they can put me to sleep. And I be praying, asking God to separate me from this stuff so they can't just control me sleeping and falling asleep, because these people is trying to break in here. They steady trying to break in here. Because I could see some more cutting on that back door back there. But I tell you what, they're going to have a fight on the hand. I don't care about throwing lamps or whatever, but anything I can get my hands on. I ain't going down to fight. They still be up there in the ceiling. I can hear them tripping. I don't know how they go up. They don't have no light. They at least have a light up there. But I need somebody to put me a camera up there. That's what I should have had it while he was up there, because he had to go up in the ceiling. I should have had him to wire me up a camera and kept it up there in the ceiling. If he come back, I might get him to do it. He did all that for me and didn't charge me a penny. Because I had gave him my soap. Cause he buys he's the only person now that do buy my soap from me. And he said his skin was itching really, really bad. When he started using my soaps, it stopped. So he loved my soap. So I just gave him a bunch of soaps. When he came back to put up my cameras, he said, "You already paid me." I said, "Huh?" He said, "Well, all that soap you gave me." I said, "That's all you want." So when he came back to do my help me figure out how to get into my system, I gave him a whole bunch of soap, because I got plenty of soap. I got a lot of soap. It just, my daughter meant like she was gonna sell it for me, so I just made up a bunch of soap. So that one thing, I don't think I'll ever run out of soap. So I just made up me some body butter too. Cause my sister was getting like she was trying to get a decuped ulcer by sitting and laying, cause she got where she don't even want to sit up. She don't want to do nothing. She fights everything you do. And I could see her skin trying to break down. She had got a rash on one side of her behind. So I started rubbing her down with that body butter. I got a lot of herbal stuff in the body butter. Cause what I do, I take herbs and I put it, get some olive oil and I pour it on the herbs and let it sit for about 3 months. Let it get all the properties from the herbs and the oil. Then I drain it, and that's where I make my body butter with, with the butters in the soft order. I don't put the herbs in the body butter. In the butters. I put it in the soft oil like olive oil, and then sometimes I mix the oils. I use avocado oil. I use apricot oil. I use castor oil. I just mix up a whole lot of oils. Just the oils that I use in my soaps. And I put it in a jar. I got $200 worth of herbs. And a lot of different properties. You got some with antibiotics, some is for pain, some is for different stuff, some for your nervous system. So I just put it all in mix it up and mix it with the butters. I use cocoa butter, mango butter, shea butter, and cucumber butter. Those are 4 butters I use in my soaps, so I use it in my body butter too. And I started rubbing her down, her feet, Lord have mercy. When I finally, cause she be so mean, you have to. By the time I get through washing her, I'm out of breath. That woman is strong. She getting weaker though, cause they steady sending this stuff in here, and so she still be trying to fight. Like this morning, I went there this morning about something after 6, and they changed her pen. She laying flat, still trying to fight, trying to keep me from changing her pen. I said, "Here you is, laying flat on your back, you still trying to fight." I said, "I'm trying to keep you from getting decubited ulcers." And then she stopped. But anyway, her feet, thick pieces of her feet is just dry and were just peeling. I got them looking better though. I said, I gotta go ahead on this cause she be fine. I be tired though. That woman, she had me so upset. Cause and she's strong. I have to use all my strength just to wash her and turn her so I can get the backside cause she won't get up. We used to put her in the shower, but she got where she wouldn't even get in the shower. Take her to the commode. Can't get off the commode because she used all her. She's strong. And I don't be wanting to hurt about me using my strength trying to wash and stuff. And I heard her that place where it looked like she had a rash and like she was trying to break down to get her decubitus ulcer. It healed up. All the rash is gone. All that funny looking skin is gone. And then I started working on her feet, keeping her feet rubbed down with that body butter. That's all I was using was the body butter. And then I started. I had brought her. I spent over $100 on her. I brought her one of those things that your foot savers, and I brought some. Cause her feet were dry then too, but it wasn't looking like it's looking now. She always had dry feet, but this was thick, dry meat. Like I could tell that they dehydrating her feet. Cause my feet is dirty right now, and I got my feet propped up. I got on shoes, but she got where she wouldn't wear her shoes. I put her shoes on, she take them off. So I said, "I'm not getting ready to keep going through this with you. You just go bare feet." But her feet be on the floor. I started trying to prop her feet up. She wouldn't. Everything I try to do to help her, she fights it. So I said, "Well, that's you. You don't you want to be sick, cause it's like she want to be sick or something. Like she just give up, or she just doing it out of meanness, cause I'm doing it. Trying to get her to do it. Cause she'll say, 'I don't want nobody telling me nothing. I don't want to hear nothing nobody else.'" She just come out the blue, and when she said that, I said, "Well, you gonna listen to what somebody say when they got to take care of you?" Oh boy, that one was a trip. But her feet is looking better. I'll keep working on them till I can get it all. That stuff I had brought, I started putting that on it for the last 2 days. Cause I had brought her some fungus stuff. Cause I didn't know if it was athlete feet, but we're causing her feet to be so dry. But it's not. It's coming out from under these floors. And I had one of those things that you let you it's a electrical thing that you have to let it charge and you do it. But I got one of them and I did her feet. But I took some scissors and there was the scissors. Anyway, I peeled all that dry meat off of her dead skin off of her feet. So her feet looking a lot better. And I tell her, if you let somebody properly take care of you and stop fighting us, you know, we could do it. We could take care of you. But she fights everything. When she could still walk, she wouldn't. And if she decides she won't walk, because I know one night we had put her in the bed and I cut the light off and closed the door. I go back in there to check on her. The light on and the door open. I said, wait a minute. I didn't I close that door and cut this light off. She had done got up out of the bed. but we have to pick her up now and put her in the bed. She got up out of that bed and cut that light on and opened that door. Cause I could smell her room. Cause we had ran out of clothes. I had to buy some more clothes. We have to keep Clorox here. Keep her bed clean. Cause she pees every single night. She pee in the bed. She'll take her the pen off and throw it on the side of the bed or something and let it just pee. I think she do it for me. I really do. Sometimes the pen she don't even be wetted or nothing. It be completely dry. It's like time she get in the bed, she take it off. I didn't even come on here to talk about this. I'm trying to take care of her best I can. It's hard. It's really hard. And she don't seem to understand how hard she make it. It don't even have to be that hard. She just mean. Everybody be talking, well, you know her mind ain't right. No, but she just mean. My sister always, all her life, been mean. She know what she doing. She got well. We try to feed her. She just hold the food in her jaw. I went and checked on her. Food all on the bed. But she didn't even swallow it. So what we started doing is grinding her food up in the food processor. And she just chew. I said, look, you ain't got to chew that food because it's grind up. Swallow that food. I'm not going to sit here all night. I let her know I'm not sitting here all night while you sitting there being mean, chewing something that's already grind up. Well, she ate good last night. I got some Chinese food. And she ate good yesterday too. I made some grits and shrimp. So I ground up her shrimp, put it in the grits, and she ate it. Yesterday she ate, we had Chinese food, so I ground up the rice and the meat together, and she ate it. So she ate pretty good. But she'll still try to be stubborn when she won't open her mouth. I said, girl, open your mouth. Then I have to talk to her like, let her know, I'm not taking your crap. Keep right on. You're going to go hungry. She understand. They be talking about she don't understand. Yes, she do understand. She just mean. Now, you give her some sweets. She eat that. She loves sweet, but she got to have food. Like peaches. I gave her some peaches. She ate that up. Get them little cups of peaches. And she liked that. And she drank. I give her Ensure. Last night I gave her. I brought some of that powdered beets and I put it in some water. I been had it. I forgot I had it. Tell you the truth. I actually brought it for myself because I had brought the powdered beets and the chews. So I took all the chews and I forgot I had that powdered beets in there. And so I made her some of that last night. She drank it. I gave her that and some syrup. So I'm trying to do the best I know to do. I wish I could find hard pills like the vitamin D3. She need to be taking that, but see, when I give it to her in a capsule, she'll spit it out. She gonna use the hard pills, the hard vitamins. She will chew it, but it's hard to find hard vitamins. Just like D3 and the vitamins that she's supposed to be taking. I got them, but she spits it out. So then you got to fight her to take it. And y'all notice some of the stuff that woman done did to me. Mm-mm-mm. That woman is a mess. Let me get off here talking about that. That's why I would call her that woman. Because she's a trip. But she might end up in a rest home. My daughter's getting ready to be her guardian. And I don't think she's going to try to keep it. My sister being her guardian, but they ain't did nothing for us since court. Since we got out of court. And people just don't, I've always had patience. But like I told my sister, you pretty murdered my patience. And I just didn't want to give up on. I'm tired now. Cause now I'm fighting for my life. Now, actually, I've been fighting for some years, but I feel like I'm getting double trouble because she being gang stalked and I'm being gang stalked. So I'm getting it for both of us. Somebody in California. See how the crazy people are. I feel like I'm getting hers and mine. Cause they really hurting me. These people really, really hurting my body. They just swelling up my stomach, and I don't know. I don't want my. Now who called me? It's the same person calling me from California. Um, I don't want my organs to burst or whatever, Cause you can feel the hot air coming up from the floor. I wake up, I just be dry, just dry, just dry. My nose be dry. This morning, this one clogged up. My skin be dry, my throat be dry, my tongue be hurting, feeling stiff. My private area, everything just be acting up. My spine be vibrating. So I just feel like I'm getting her part and my part. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get off of here. Them last videos that I put up where they were shooting at me from across the fence, that's the old house that we were staying in. And you see how large that backyard, and what they were shooting, the house where they were shooting from the inside of the house, the glass was down. But it was going through the glass and would go through our windows. Cause I had aluminum foil up on the windows, and you could see little holes. That's how far this stuff will shoot. And so stuff that powerful, what do you think is doing to our skin? And that's why they be spraying, doing stuff from them cars, shining it, releasing stuff from them cars so that they can keep up with you. because evidently they have us on something that the dude said that I had been cut off from their system. And so evidently if I go outside, they can pick me up on their system. Because I was, this a nice size backyard too. And then they got a nice size backyard. And they can still pick me up from whatever it is, the system that they got. And just like over there, they're doing the same thing. Let me show that again about that mess coming up. I don't know if this is some type of static. What if they got a video or something where it was raining, and they videoed it and they got it sending it over here. I don't know. I don't know what these evil wicked people doing. And then you can see something flying out there. I don't know what this stuff is. See that? You see his van? I keep moving. That mean I can't do that because then you won't be able to see the movement on his van. Okay, that's his wife going home. His wife went home. But I'd like to know, is anybody else going through this with the stuff coming up through your floor? I do know that, but I don't think she was in America. This lady I used to watch, it was a group of them. They was professional. Kind of one of them was a doctor. I don't know what type of doctor. I think she might have been a psychiatrist or something. And there was another lady. There was a lady from, I think she was from India somewhere. I think they still have their channels, but they don't never. Uh, I don't remember their names and stuff. But this one lady, I think it was coming up through her floor. The doctor, you could see how they were shooting at her, and she had this heavy duty stuff all on her walls and stuff, and she was still being hit because it goes right through that stuff. You could see where they were shooting her in her face and everything. I think her husband got divorced behind this crazy stuff. Um, there was a white lady. I don't know what her position was, but she was getting a tent. She was in a tent, and this stuff was coming up from under her floor. But she's about the only person that I know other people getting their feet burning. I talked to a lady. She was saying her mother was getting burnt, and this lady who was she be on YouTube. Sheila Zalinsky, something like that. She was being burnt in her private area, her feet too. Most people out here them being followed, people following them and saying stuff, but how many people are actually being tortured um, with the electrical. I'm just scared to get ready to do some child water. So if they do, I'm not using it. I'm not even washing it. I just have to stop buying a bottle of water, get me a foot tub, and wash like that. Um, that's how I raised up. We had a bathroom, but the pipes busted one winter, and my mama they couldn't afford to get it fixed. So that's how we had a outside speaker that it didn't bust. So we used that. Had to carry water from the front all the way to the back, and then put the water in the on the stove and heat it. We wash dishes the same way. We carry water from the spigot, put it on the stove, heat it, and we wash dishes like that. We had to use a pea pot and then dump it. That's how we were raised up. We didn't have no. My mama and my grandmama raised us. My step granddaddy, he's lived in the house, but he wasn't no good. He won't hit no nothing. And he married this other woman and put her in a brick house, but then stayed off of my grandma and my mama. And my mama had 9 children, 9 of us. And the whole time he was cheating with that woman, and she stayed down on the next block from us. We could walk out our front door and see her house. And she was so mean. And I always was naive. I guess I've just been naive all my life because I would just speak to her, hey, Miss So-and-so. I call her name, I ain't gonna say her name now. And she wouldn't even speak. I'm a child. And because I knew I think granddaddy was caught. I don't know how I knew all that. And I would just speak to her. And the same way with my daddy's wife, because my daddy was a married man. Mom had 6 children by him. And I would say, hey, I call her name. She wouldn't speak either. How can you be married with a child? I didn't know no better. I didn't know no better. I was just happy to see her. I reckon I always been strange. Anyway, let me get off of here. Let's get on something else.